Hey, this is Mr. Jarvis,
And Mr. Parsons.
and we're here to talk to you about Camp Whittier, which is fast approaching Tuesday, January 23rd through.
Friday, January
So
26th.
let's kick things off how we usually do, like with a joke or something, right? Because we're so
Let's
funny.
hear it,
Like,
Mr.
hey,
Jarvis.
how do trees access social media?
How do trees access social media?
Ha!
I do not know.
They log in.
Get it, log in. All right, all right. What is a tree's favorite drink, Mr. Jarvis?
I have no idea. Some kind of sap, maple.
Root beer?
I
Root beer.
get it. I get it. All right, root beer.
All right, let's get down to business. What is outdoor science camp? So expanding the students' scientific knowledge in nature, classroom while hiking, developing leadership. Boy, I'm not doing a great job of reading that. Hey, here's the big thing: we're gonna do a lot of hiking. It's a lot of science-based learning. We have naturalists that we'll talk more about, and most of all, it's just a whole lot of fun as well. Logistics. So this is a big one. Hey, we're gonna arrive at school 8:15. We're gonna try to leave here at 8:45, and it's important we're pretty prompt because the buses are gonna have to make their other runs. Returning on Friday around 1:45. What we'll do is when we leave camp, we'll send a notification to the school, or maybe just give them a call and let them know. Some parents may choose to pick up their student directly from school as soon as their student's back. That's okay to do. Also, if your student is gonna stay with us for the remainder of the day, that's totally okay too. And it's only a 2-hour car ride away, which is fantastic, just in case there's a special needs circumstance where somebody needs to come and get their kiddo, or what might be just about 2 hours away, actually a little bit less than that.
Right. In fact, Camp Whittier is right by La Cachuma, right near it, on right off of Highway 154, and it's a pretty short drive, probably less than 2 hours.
Staff at camp, so like I was saying, the naturalists are fantastic, all college degrees. They know just what to teach us. They make sure the kids are having the right amount of fun and the right amount of learning. And then we're going to have high school cabin leaders. So the cabin leaders are going to join everybody for the hikes and daytime activities, and then also in the evenings when the students are in their cabins, then those cabin leaders will spend the night with them. Mr. Jarvis and I will likely be spending the night at camp, but we'll be in a separate cabin with just the teachers and grown-ups.
But we'll be in communication with the people in the cabins as well. That's the staff. So medical issues. So we'll be in the health lodge with any kind of medications that are needed. Any reports of a chaperone will be in every cabin, so they'll be in contact with us. So we'll come in and check in on them if there's anything not okay. We cannot give any medicine, over the counter prescription, unless we have the forms we're going to talk about in just a few moments later. Not even a cough drop. So, so when we go over the registration materials, we're going to go over the medication registration and the procedures for dropping off the medications. Make sure that's done. The kids can't show up even with so much as a cough drop or like a Pepto-Bismol tablet or something like that. So checking in with medication, there's for each medicine a child takes, we need 2 forms. We need a district permission slip, and then we need our own school permission slip. There's one type of district release or permission slip. There are 2 different kinds of medication forms, and they're color coded. The medication forms for the school is for us, so we can easily read the directions for administration. The district permission slip has a lot of legal terms, physician signature, but we need our own forms for the instructions for administering that medication. So anything that's regularly scheduled is the yellow form in the packet, and you'll see it in a minute. Anything that is as needed is in the green on the green form. So, and then when medication is turned in, it needs to be in its original packaging. So all medication and the medical forms need to be turned in by Wednesday, January 10th. Now, keep in mind the district form requires a physician's signature, so you might need to make those doctor appointments now. This is what the district healthcare authorization looks like. The writing's really small. We can't see that in the medical lodge very clearly. That's why we have the 2 separate forms. It is needed for each medication your child takes with a doctor's signature. So that's That's one of them. This is for anything prescribed, over the counter, etc. Can't give so much as an Advil, a cough drop if we don't have this signed by a physician. This is our form. And what we do with this form is we put it with the medication on the outs on a Ziploc bag so we can easily identify it and see the instructions for administration. It's the yellow sheet. This is for regularly scheduled medication. So if your child takes something every morning, every day before lunch, or every day before bedtime, use this medication, one per medication. If you want your child to have access to anything over the counter, if they're prone to get tummy aches or something, or headaches, you may check in as needed medication, but it has to come with the original district form and this green form as well. The as needed medication form is also required. So this came home with a packet. We can give you more as needed, and these are all due January 10th, Wednesday, January 10th. So for each medication you'd like your child to have access to, you need, I'll back up just a little bit, you need a district form for each one. And then you need a school form, either the yellow or for regularly scheduled medication, or the green for just as needed. We like to keep those separate so we know we don't miss anyone who has a regularly scheduled times where they take medication.
Great job, Mr. J. And I think that's
It was a mouthful, wasn't it?
yeah, the medical forms, parents. Part of the reason that we're getting this out to you so early is that all of those forms, Mr. Jarvis, correct me if I need to be, but all of those need to be signed off by a physician. Even if it's an Advil that's over the counter, it would still need to have a physician's signature
Correct.
on there.
And the place for that physician's signature is the district form.
There you go.
Ours, we're just looking for instructions. So
there you go. And families, if you need more of those, as Mr. Jarvis said, just reach out to us and we can help you out with that. All right, look at this arrival, Mr. J. We got lots of luggage here.
This is what it looks like.
And it's really important, parents, that if you look closely, you'll see that there is names on all of those. We do have, we're also going to be going with Los Ranchos sixth graders, a lot of students, a lot of luggage. So make sure that everything they bring has been tagged. So with their name on it, please. And if your student doesn't have formal luggage, a big old bag is just fine. Big trash bag works as well. So students will carry what they bring. They have to be able to carry it, so don't pack too much. With that said, we are going in January and it's probably going to be pretty cold. So definitely bring layers. A water bottle with their name on it is a must. Sunscreen, of course, is fantastic. And we're going to have a packing list that should be in this packet that you just have in your hands right now.
And it is cold at night. The cabins have heaters in them, but it is nice. It's cold in January. It gets cold at night. So like sleeping with a sweatshirt is ideal.
There you go. And sleeping bag for sure. What not to bring. I know that this one can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but no food. The food at camp is fantastic. They get 3 awesome meals. Some of the days they'll get snacks, especially if they're going on the longer hikes. So no thank you to that. No thank you to gum, candy, snacks of any kind, hair gel, hairspray, hair dryers, makeup, etc. No thank you. Cell phones, iPads, electronics, and smartwatches are not allowed to come with us. So please help to make sure your student feels comfortable leaving those at home. And more or less, if it can't go to school, it can't come to camp. The cabins. So the teachers are going to determine the cabin groups. We will attempt to have your student write down maybe like 3 different people, and we're going to do our absolute best to at least get them one friend in their cabin. The cabins are generally 10 to 15 students. Now, don't forget, half of those students are going to be Los Ranchos students. So about 7, maybe 5 to 7 of those students are going to be from Sinsheimer. As I said, we'll try to get them at least with one buddy. And 3-minute showers. The showers are fast, Mr. Jarvis. Don't worry, it worked out just fine last year. The students are lined up. The privacy is there. It all worked out pretty well.
Private shower stalls, and it all worked out great.
And if the student's not comfortable, they're welcome to bring a bathing suit, and they can kind of shower in their bathing suit. Either way is fine.
And while we're at camp, we're going to do our best to keep you guys updated via Parent Square. Internet's a little sketchy up there, but
Yep.
last year we were able to give some updates and a few pictures. So keep an eye on Parent Square for daily update, maybe a few pictures. It's not possible for us to get photos of every student. First of all, some students don't really want their picture taken, and we respect that. And also, we're involved in the groups. We're out on the hiking trail with groups, so there might be more photos of one kid than another. Please contact Miss Miller for if you need to have an emergency contact with your child, she'll get in touch with us. And then we'll also be sending out a parent square when we expect to arrive home on Friday, which is usually like 1:40ish, 1:45 in the afternoon. So be checking that final Friday for when we get here. And you're welcome to pick up your child early on that day. A lot of parents elect to do that, and you're welcome to let them stay till the end of the school day as well. So, in the unlikely event there's some inappropriate behavior at camp, this is the camp's system that we have to abide by. We have to follow the camp's rule. They can get a check, and that's a warning and discussion with one of the naturalists, employees of the camp, of what the student did that was inappropriate, not following directions. A second check, the student they have a consequence of being last to sign up for that special activity day. The last day they get all these great activities to choose from: archery, ceramics. They get the last choice for those if they've gotten 2 checks. On the third check, we set up a behavior contract. And we go over the student. This is a contract. This could result in more consequences as well. The fourth check, the student will miss a special activity, and a phone call will be made home to the parents of that child. And the fifth check, according to the camp, the parent is notified, and the child has to be picked up and brought home. We hope to never get to that one, but they have lots of warnings in between. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure the kids have a successful time at camp. So that being said, we're really going to work with them. We work with a lot of different situations, and we'll be counseling kids. We're there every minute. This is not a time off for Mr. Parsons and Mr. Jarvis. We're with the activities. We're with the kids. We're supervising. So we'll do everything to make sure your child has a successful trip. For bedwetting incidents, we have secret code words. The camp has secret code words for bedwetting incidents. It happens. Shh, don't tell them. It happens every year. Don't worry. Every year it happens.
They're very discreet, though. We'll take care of it. Not a problem.
They have a way to make sure nobody else knows. The cabin chaperones know what to do. It's handled. If your child has an occasional problem with that, it's not going to be a big deal. They got washers up there. They handle it really well. But students must be able to follow directions. We're out in the wilderness. I mean, there's mountain lions, there's cliffs. I mean, we're hiking up mountains. There's areas that they need to be aware of and they need to be careful around. So they need to be able to follow directions of not only the teachers, the chaperones, high school chaperones, the naturalists, and any volunteers that we have up there helping, and everyone who's working up there. And phone use is extremely limited. The kids aren't going to have their phones or smartwatches. We have to keep our lines open for each other, for the chaperones, because we're in different groups. We have to have a line open to Principal Miller in case there's an emergency back here. We need to get somebody home, or a parent needs to get up here. So we cannot allow students to phone home. If a student's feeling a little homesick, we try to just get them. Usually happens at night. And we found the best thing to do is just get them to bed. We can't have kids make a phone call unless it's an emergency or they've hit that check system. So if you have any concerns about your child attending, feel free to reach out to Mr. Jarvis, Mr. Parsons, either of us, and we can talk about it and see if it's the right choice for you. If for some reason that your child, that just doesn't sound like that's going to work for my child, it's okay. It's okay not to attend. We've always had kids, occasionally one or two kids,
yeah,
not attend. They come to school, they go to a different classroom that will have schoolwork for them to do. So it's not the end of the world if they don't go to camp on this particular outing, this particular camp.
And we have lots of other really fun field trips towards the end of the year they can join in on if they're not quite ready for this.
Absolutely.
And here's a nice thing. Your kiddo is going to be tired. Look at this daily schedule. So we're up pretty early, eating breakfast at 8 o'clock. As I said before, the food is fantastic. So they're going to spend the first 3 hours doing hikes and activities. So there's a lot going on. These kids are on the go the whole time. So again, we'll meet back. Everybody's going to kind of go in different directions possibly, and then we meet back for lunch each day at 12:30. Again, fantastic food. And then more hiking on the hikes. By the way, all the hikes are kind of learning science-based hikes. So the naturalists sort of stop us on the way, teach us about certain things, teach us about the animals and plants and geography, and it's really fun, and the kids are having a great time. And then at 4:30 there is wait, where was that downtime, Mr. J? With 4:30, students take a shower, and they're offered the showers each day. They can take a little break there, take a short nap, but dinner's at 5:30. So we are on the go. There was a little bit of time at 6:30 for a little bit of free time, and then we meet back for the evening announcements and campfire.
Activities at night. There's activities at night, and like you said, where is that downtime? There's not a whole lot of it. The kids are busy all day. That's what we like about the camp, and they're having a great time.
Yep.
All right.
So we got curriculum hikes. We got the fire ecology hike, the Kachuma Lake Adventure hike, the night hike, which is super fun. I think that was my favorite from last year, Mr. J. And the courage walk is super cool. And it does take some courage, but your student can do it, I promise. The dynamic earth hike, very, very cool stuff. And Lake Kachuma, Mr. J, is going to be full or pretty close to it this year. That is really
It's beautiful up
exciting.
there.
We got a waterfall hike. I didn't do that last year. That would be really cool to do. Archery, I believe, was not offered. I'm not sure if that one's a question
We
mark
had some
this year or not.
archery. That was a special
Really?
activity last year.
Oh, I missed out on that one. Okay,
Maybe you got to check. Did you get
called
a check?
I called dibs on archery this year, Mr. J.
Okay.
So anyway,
Don't
there's
get any checks.
all kinds of fun stuff going on. Another favorite is the evening campfires. The naturalists do an absolutely wonderful job of entertaining, making it fun, learning all kinds of songs. Old Man Murphy hike, boy, there is a very, very popular one there. We got gladiator dodgeball going on, all kinds of fun stuff.
Astronomy too. They didn't mention that. That was one of my favorite evening
Yeah,
activities.
Definitely.
So,
Return day.
yeah, we get to school back here around 1:30. Like I said, you can pick up your child early. We'll put out the Parent Square updates on that Friday about when we're gonna arrive. If you want to be there to greet your child, it's kind of nice thing to do. And remember, you have to check in your medications by Wednesday, January 10th. One district form, one school form. So one's white, that's the district form, and then the other is either yellow for regularly scheduled or green as needed for each medication. And then we need you to take your medication back too, because we always end up with a box of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was some material that I think they just didn't update about COVID. So if you want to bring a mask, they don't have to bring a face mask. But if they feel more comfortable wearing it, they're able to. Once again, if your child becomes ill at camp, you'll be contacted if they have a fever. It's a camp policy. We have to follow their policy. You'll be notified, and they'll be picked up. So if your child is injured in any way or sick, you'll be notified. We just can't use the phones for just any kid feeling maybe a little homesick. Unfortunately, we have to reserve it for the emergencies, for the medical situations. If you'd like, you can. There's a mailing address there, and we've had parents mail letters up to the camp for their child to receive. The best way to get a letter to your child or postcard to your child is give it to one of us. You can drop it off in the office by Monday, January 22nd. We'll bring it, and then we have a mail call. We'll go around and hand out letters from home. Kids love getting a card, a letter from mom or dad.
That was definitely a highlight.
That was a highlight for some, yes.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to get that letter from home, letter from their dog,
Exactly. And you could put
brothers.
that, you could send that to the office, or if you wanted to, you could kind of put your letter in an envelope and just write Mr. Parsons or Mr. Jarvis on it. We'll discreetly open it and kind of sneak it onto the trip and make it, sort of look like it came through the mail. It came through the Parsons or Jarvis mail, I suppose.
That's right. So remember, all the camp registration forms, we have 2 due dates here, is due Friday, November 17th to your child's teacher. So that's all their registration form with all the information on it, and then the green district permission slip. So medication, we give you a little bit more time on that. Medication in original packaging with both district and school forms due Wednesday, January 10th. So, and then just make sure we're aware of any kind of medical allergies, food allergies. They do a really nice job of accommodating special dietary restrictions. Please let us know. That's on the actual camp registration form, but it's give us a heads up if there's anything like that, like any kind of dietary restrictions or food allergies we need to be extra aware of. And then if a child has an inhaler or an EpiPen, they must have it with them on the hikes. So they must be able to carry it with them. So got to have that. So all paperwork, Friday, November 17th, all the registration form, all medications and medication paperwork, 2 per medication, Wednesday, January 10th. More information, we have a website at camp.mrjarvis.net. And keep up to date. We'll be sending more information out via Parent Square. So keep up with those updates. And any questions, feel free to contact us via email, Parent Square. And thanks for watching this.
Mr. Jarvis, what are you looking forward to most about camp? Is it the hot tub in the teachers' quarters there that we have that room around? Or is
yeah, the pool table. No.
We're kidding, parents. We're kidding, parents. We're with your kids the whole time.
We're on bunks and sleeping bags. We are in a different room, but it's the same kind of cabin as your kids, and we have a great time. It's a wonderful, wonderful trip. Beautiful up there. It's absolutely gorgeous, especially with Kachuma being full. And great hikes. Might want to do some practice hikes.
There you go. That's a good point. Maybe try on those hiking boots and try them out, walking around a little bit. Have your kiddo go around the block for that month leading up to it. Seems like a really smart move.
Because lots of walking, lots of hiking. Even just going to the dinner hall was a little bit of a hike. So, time not too late to start doing some little extra hiking. I know I am. I'll be out Islay Hill. Maybe I'll see y'all there.
Ooh, there we go. I'll join you. All right, families. Hey, I think it's going to be a great trip. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions, and we'll hear from you soon.